Good afternoon, Dave. How's it going, man?
Doing well, Lou. How about yourself?
Very good, very good. First off, I want to thank you for taking the time this afternoon to chat with me about some of the Veeam licensing changes that are going on. It's been a hot topic of conversation for all our clients. So I'm glad to have you, an expert, on the line with me today to kind of discuss. So before we get into some of the questions, maybe just a quick intro on who you are and what you do, Dave.
Yeah, no problem at all. David Holcomb. I've been with Veeam now here for about 7 years, and I have a high focus in terms of working with our partner community.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I got the right guy with me today.
I've seen a couple changes.
All right. So a couple questions before we kind of get into some of the more technical ones, but can you tell me how Veeam is actually changing their licensing model? Like, with the grand scheme of things, what is it?
Yeah, not a problem at all. So really what it's coming down to here is for our Veeam backup and replication and the Veeam availability suite, those socket-based licenses here, we actually have what we're referring to as an end of sale for that licensing model. And that date has been set for July 1st, 2022.
Does that mean those licenses will no longer be available as of that time?
That is correct, right? As far as new purchases in terms of socket-based licensing, they will not be available after that moment. I would say
What-
still available between now and then, right? But as
Okay.
soon as that day comes forward, there would be no more sort of grace period within that moment. So,
Okay. So clients have that period to continue to purchase. That's great. Good to know. Very important to know. So the next question I want to bring up is how does that impact or affect those customers who have upcoming renewals between now and the cutoff date?
well, Veeam has not announced any plans to end support for socket licenses. So for end users who still wish to take advantage of that, we will still support those end users who want to continue forward with that. Now, in 2022, there will be some changes in terms of your options there, right? We will cease to offer any prepaid maintenance renewals that are 3+ years or 4+ years. That is, you will be limited to 3 years or less when you go to renew this time around on your socket-based licenses.
Okay. Because prior customers had the opportunity to actually make a renewal for 4 and 5 years. Is that
That
correct?
is correct. Yep,
Okay. So we're limiting them to 3 year renewals now
that's right.
in a prepaid fashion.
In a prepaid fashion.
Okay, perfect. So 3 years prepaid is the maximum customers can renew on. Okay, and again, those are the rules that will continue to exist for the foreseeable future. There's no other plans to cease support
No
for
other
those
plans thus
licenses.
far. Correct. Yep.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Next question. So will all customers be moved to the new licensing model? That's been a big one for us. Let me repeat that. Will all customers be moved to the new licensing model?
All new customers will, of course, be on the new licensing model, but current customers will not be forced to migrate off of their socket-based licenses. Now, it might behoove someone to make that change, right? Because socket licenses are incompatible with many of the new features and functionalities that Veeam has pioneered as of recent. And most of the advanced backup strategies kind of really require a more portable license so they can provide protection for workloads that are not running on a hypervisor sockets, right? So which could include Windows and Linux physical servers, Mac workstations, NAS file shares, AWS EC2 instances are coming into play, Azure VMs, and many other sort of enterprise applications. And
Okay,
that's really been
interesting.
a big piece to why we're making this move is to ensure that our end users have portable licensing and the ability to kind of protect those workloads as their businesses are changing.
That's the key word I was about to mention. So the portability factor of being able to back up your workloads wherever it may reside. Really, that's the big key factor. Next question that a lot of people are asking us is, will the new licensing model affect solutions customers already have invested in? So, right, there's a huge investment in the Veeam community right now. There's tons of customers out there. So how's that going to impact the customers already invested in Veeam?
It's really going to affect the ones who are looking to grow, right? The ones who are looking to make changes and potentially grow here, right? Because after July 1st, 2022, all it is will be advised to either migrate to our Veeam Universal license or to work with a Veeam Cloud and Service Provider partner,
Veeam service provider partner, right? So that means like someone like Assurance IT.
someone like an Assurance IT.
We got to have a shameless plug at some point, right?
What are we doing?
Exactly, exactly. But all this to say is that so the Veeam licensing changes, the portability factor, and a partner out there like us and others, of course. I guess what's the best way to demystify or lessen the impact of these changes? Like, going back to what you said, what would you recommend?
I would recommend linking with a Veeam partner who has been doing it for years, who's knowledgeable in the many aspects of it. That way you can have all the options laid out in front of you and someone who's going to know some of those sort of red tape lines. I would highly advise that because I know a lot of our end users are using a lot of different solutions and different softwares out there. So by working with a partner who knows their stuff, you'll be sure to get this right the first time and make it make sense for your business. That would be my
Yeah, yeah,
estimate.
that's a good that's a good point. I mean, we're having a lot of conversations right now, and we keep using this word like demystifying because some of the customers come in with a high level of angst when they hear about the changes that are coming up. So a lot of the conversations we're having is just, sitting our clients down and going through the use cases, understanding if there's portability involved, if there's a cloud backup or replication use case as well. And that's where I think, of course, to your point, working with a provider, working with someone who knows Veeam definitely is going to lessen the impact and obviously increase the confidence in the next steps. So again, yeah, I appreciate you recommending us, of course, and then we appreciate working with clients and Veeam, of course. If we can help one or two people out, then we've done our job here.
All right.
All right.
They comes up more specific to any of those end user needs, please let myself know, and I'm sure to help out.
I know we're in good hands, Dave. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good one, Luke.
Take care.